The first 3 matches were so
Welcome to our NXT Takeover review, the debut of the NXT reviews on this channel. This is JT Lucid.
Straight Edge Hitman.
Shawty Ray Ray.
And we are live, hopefully coming to you through the computer. Breather already with the shout out for the review. He's all over it, man. So hopefully you're joining us pretty soon. Overall, solid pay-per-view, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know, special event. The early matches didn't necessarily disappoint, but they, in a 2-hour time limit, they're so limited in what they can do. So it wasn't quite able to measure up to what it could have been, because if they got 3 hours, it would have been totally different. But the main event card, the big cards that we expected to be great, I think hit. They're really good. We got most of the guys that won. It was fairly easy to see. A couple I got wrong, but
I called every match.
You wanted Owens to win. You weren't sure though.
I knew he was gonna win.
He wasn't sure.
But yeah, so the big news of the night: Kevin Owens becomes NXT champion 2 months into his WWE career. The front office loves this guy. I mean,
oh my gosh, I was so glad. We talked about this in the last video, man. When I heard they signed Kevin Steen, I was like, no! There he goes. He's going to be Doink the Clown. Or something stupid. They're gonna do something stupid with him.
He came in.
Dude, he just, man, this is what I wanted to see, man. He's like NXT's Brock Lesnar right now.
He dominated Sami Zayn, the new champion, the people's champ right now. I mean, everybody loves him, and then sorry,
it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close.
I want to say it's close to the last man standing match they had in ROH in like 2012, 2013. That was 2012. But in that match, Sami Zayn had a lot of offense. In this match, he had almost no offense.
It was a really good match. A great match. Very me side. He got dominated, and they had to stop the match due to health concerns. You know, the doctors had to throw in the towel.
Just power bomb after power bomb after power bomb.
Sami would not. His lifeless. He got his right shoulder up just barely on the last one, and at that point, Kevin just got pissed off and started power bombing him just over and over and over. He wasn't teasing the package powder, but we were kind of like, hoping.
Whoa, wait a minute. If he grabs the arms, I kept saying it. Wait, watch him grab the arms, and he never did. But it was still entertaining and exciting to see.
And I don't know if I've ever seen that type of finish on a main event type match. Doctors calling it over as far as titles switching hands.
I love the way they did it.
Definitely not, but in Ring of Honor, I think once.
Yeah, and a theme of NXT that is probably underappreciated because not everybody thinks this way, but every single time I watch NXT, the right guy wins. I mean, they book it incredibly as a match, but storyline wise, they just keep picking the right guys to win their matches.
They give the fans what they want.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they like I said, man. When Kevin Steen came in, I was like I had no expectations because I figured, okay, this is WWE. This is where people get ruined. So to see them give us what we want right off the bat, knowing that Sami Zayn is in NXT as well, that's saying something. Right
Sami Zayn losing just proves that nobody is safe in the NXT.
Yeah,
nobody is safe at all.
And it's good to see that, because it's like, okay, we've got all this talent. Let's put them on TV. Let's not, Cesaro all these guys.
Yeah.
Let's rotate it. Let's get these people interested in certain guys. We got people interested in Finn Balor. We have people interested in Tommy when he first came in. We have people loving Sami Zayn, and now people hating Kevin Owens at the same time. So they're doing a really, really great job with it.
I think Kevin Owens is going to be the next great heel in the WWE.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no doubt, dude.
Oh,
He's such a good heel.
And I mean, the thing that excites me is that they really like him. And
Yeah.
if they really like you, like they like The Miz,
but you know what?
you know, if a guy with Steen's talent gets like The Miz's push that he somehow just keeps getting,
Yeah, but they might just push it too far. That's the one thing about the WWE.
well, they push guys past their talent level. Which
Yeah.
is the problem.
The thing is like, what is his talent level? Like, he's just that
Yes.
good.
It's
Like,
sky high.
We don't quite know yet. I mean, we know his in-ring ability, we know his mic ability, but we don't know what he can do on the huge stage.
Mhm.
It's easy to command, not easy. It's easier to command a small arena. It's harder to command stadiums.
I think he
I don't
has
know,
what it
man.
takes.
I don't know. I've heard in interviews with Randy Orton and somebody else where back in the day they'd send the guys to OVW and they'd be wrestling in front of 5 people, and people would tell them, they'd be like, okay, if you can command this crowd of 5 people, 50,000's nothing.
Well, yeah, because there's so many
It's-
different people with their reactions. But
Yeah.
as far as like, if you can bounce off of, you can talk to people in the crowd at live shows,
Yeah, right.
and you can interact, and
I think
you can heal it up more so with a small crowd because it's an intimate setting.
yeah.
You can't talk to the guy in the 20th row at a pay-per-view.
The interesting thing for me is like with Kevin Owens is he's known as like pushing the limit a little bit far, and I don't know where they're gonna take that with WWE, because I distinctly remember, like, I've watched Kevin Steen's Hell Rising DVD, which I would highly suggest anyone to go out and get right now. But in the shoot, he's like talking about how like he's getting ready to leave and cut this promo on Davey Richards. And they say, whatever they'll say that word. And he comes up there and he's like, right off the bat, he's just like, motherfucker. He calls the guy a motherfucker. So like he's known for pushing the boundaries, maybe because in Ring of Honor he could get away with it and he can't in WWE. But I mean,
hey, this PG shit is
There's
overweight.
different
there's
boundaries to
gotta
push in the
change.
WWE.
Yeah, there's
you know
different
you can't
boundaries. You
throw
know you
out the
can't throw the
you
F on
should,
there,
because
which, you know,
there's people watching that don't need to hear that.
That's
But
what I was. That's
there's
what,
other things you
Yeah.
can do. I mean, there's so much you can do within the boundaries of that PG that they don't. They refuse to. And with this like Seth Rollins thing, that it made me mad because they're gonna freak out and, you know, Super Bowl it up. You know, it's gonna be all clean acts for like a month now because they're so afraid. It's
Wienergate
How do
2015.
you think that's going to affect Seth Rollins?
Honestly, I
Well,
don't think it's going to.
You don't
I think
so?
they're. I think
Triple H keeps going to bat for him.
yeah.
And Vince is very upset.
Vince is very upset. Triple H is.
But
on
it's
his
really
side.
not his fault.
It's really
It's not his fault,
It's,
but it is a
It's
bad
just a
situation.
bad. That's yeah.
Because
bad.
when a little kid goes to www.com and he sees, you know, that.
But I mean, what
That's
little
a
kids?
problem.
What little kids really looking at Seth
WWE.
Rollins?
No, www.com's
Yeah.
Twitter feed.
Yeah, but I mean, what little kid is looking at Seth Rollins?
No, it goes to the homepage of www.com. They retweet all
What?
it automatically shows all the wrestlers' tweets on the main page.
Oh,
Well, still, I mean,
And it was rolling off, you know.
That's why you don't tie this stuff in. Like, just let social media be social media. You don't have to tie it into
Overboard on
everything.
social
It's
media.
so crazy. Like,
They
hashtag
didn't even
this,
know it.
hashtag that.
The thing is that they're so out of date that even though Twitter's still cool, you know, it's Instagram's
yeah.
obviously cooler, but Twitter's still cool. The thing was, they just discovered Twitter like last year. Like,
Yeah.
they're so behind, and now they're like all over it. And it's like, geez. And their Facebook, if you like any of the wrestlers on Facebook, it's the dumbest thing ever. It's like a retweeting system of the main page. It's just, there's nothing personalized. Nobody's actually running that thing.
I gotta take a deep
It's
breath.
silly.
I gotta take a deep breath. That was nice. That was a good thing. Breathe
He's a
35, man. That was such a good thing. This is
Ooh.
such a nice tweet.
We gotta.
I mean, he just linked our YouTube, our video on here, our live
Nice.
feed.
Shouts out to Breather.
Shut up.
So his first question was NXT Takeover. The end of it. being the finish of the final match, I would assume. Was it more satisfying, better than the end of the Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
The hell yeah.
Yeah. Way more satisfying. The Royal Rumble,
Well,
they dropped the ball on that.
No, let me say this. It took me a while to realize it, but I wasn't as disappointed as I was in that moment. Because, like you said, we at least know that John Cena's not in the main event of WrestleMania. That's a positive.
I was a little frightened that he would,
win. So, in that regard, it's not quite as disappointing. But, and honestly, I don't find it to be that disappointing anyways. But, yeah, tonight's finish was great. It's something that you're never really gonna see.
Yeah.
So
my problem with the Royal Rumble finish was that you had take Rusev out of it because that was like a weird fluke thing at the end. But if you have Roman Reigns, Big Show, and Kane, like, do any of the three besides Roman Reigns have a legitimate chance at winning this Royal Rumble match? The Royal Rumble is made for two faces that have a good chance of winning to go at it.
Don't skip out on Rusev. They fucked up with the Rusev thing. How is he going to wait to the very end
and just get thrown out?
Then just get thrown out. No fight.
That were some things that I took away. That's what made it so disappointing.
Yeah.
The point you brought up with Big Show and Kane.
And then Rusev is supposed to be a powerhouse.
They should have at least brought in, had it the last three be Rusev, Reigns, and Wyatt.
Yeah. Because Wyatt
then you have three legitimate guys.
Yeah.
Wyatt had an amazing Royal
Rumble. They made Wyatt, they made Ziggler, they made Ambrose all look like a bitch just going like that.
Yeah.
Like are you really trying to build up Big Show and Kane that much that you had to destroy three of your top either tweener or faces? I mean, that's ridiculous. That says to me that Kane and Big Show are more important than those three. That's what you're telling me.
I'm sorry, WWE. It's too late for Kane and Big Show.
It's way too late. Kane and Big Show should have retired at least a couple of years ago.
I mean, that was your chance. I mean, you're building up Bray Wyatt. Why not put him in that?
Kane should have been gone before Undertaker.
That fight between them should have happened with like the last 5 left or something. I mean, jeez. And then you got Bray in there, you got Rusev, and then you got Roman. I'm fine with that. That's 3 guys that actually, Rusev winning wasn't completely out of the question because there could have been some storyline to throw Cena in the title picture. But man, Big Show and Kane.
Yeah, and as unpopular as it may seem, I was actually fine with Roman winning, even though we kind of saw it coming.
Mm-hmm.
And as big as a Daniel Bryant fan as I am, I'm still okay with seeing Roman winning.
I mean,
it's not the end of the world.
I'm okay with Roman winning. It's just the fashion of how he won.
The way,
especially when you think Roman's gonna win, and then that's the ending. It's like
the thing that I had the problem with is The Rock.
That was kind of weird.
The Rock had the problem with The Rock that night.
Yeah. That's bad.
He didn't get booed, but he didn't necessarily get cheered.
Yeah, and you expect, The Rock to come out to a big pop, and
the only big pop was like the second they heard the music, they're like, and they're like, oh wait, Reigns is still there.
They're related.
Yeah. I don't like that guy anymore.
Yeah.
Who's that? Some bald guy just walked in.
And a Philly crowd too. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But hats off to the Philly crowd. They really voiced their opinion. That's what we need more of in WWE. We commented on in the Raw review. Oh my gosh, that crowd was so
I don't hate you for your opinion.
That crowd was so dead.
It helped ruin the show.
It really did. I mean, at least say this show sucks. Get a chant like that going on.
Yeah, this show should be a regular
that should be
chant.
A worldwide trend every
night. They can't block it live.
No, not on Raw. Not on Raw at all.
It would take them at least 15 minutes to start blocking. You
saw with the CM Punk thing, they tried to block that.
They didn't do a very good job.
No, they didn't do a good job at all.
People that go to these shows, you guys have to realize, they can take your sign, but they can't take your voice. I mean, just voice your opinion while you're there.
Kick you out, though, and they will.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
But I mean, are they really going to kick you out for
freedom of speech
chanting for someone?
They don't refund either.
I mean, are they really gonna kick you out for chanting something?
Yeah.
You know, as long as it's not like "fuck you, Vince."
That's the problem.
Like, and especially if it's the whole crowd. Like, look at that ECW crowd back in like what 06, RVD Cena.
Yeah.
Like
Same
they were
ones
chanting
we
stuff that was so
Yeah.
obscene.
That's
They-
insane.
Oh
That's
my
the
God,
that's
yeah,
ECW.
dude.
Everybody's flipping them
It-
off.
You're gonna tell me that you're gonna kick all of those fans out of that arena? No way. So I mean, it's just one of those things.
You gotta start a movement. Not one
Yeah.
man can just.
It can't be triggered at one superstar either. Like I think that's the thing now. It's like WWE, they want you to voice your opinion like that, but they want you to voice it at one guy, like
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan. They wanted that,
Mm,
regardless of how they look at it. They want that because then they realize, okay, these guys are latched onto this one guy. So
Let's keep
when
them
they
on
get
string.
burnt out,
mm.
and we burn him out, then what are they really going to be cheering about? You know what I mean? Like we're going to be forcing them to cheer for this guy. So
That's the problem. That in Vince's interview with Stone Cold, he said, you know, I don't want to say that I'm sometimes cheering for people to get over, but you know, we can't do anything unless the fans tell us to do it. And he's like, if a guy doesn't get over by himself, you know, we can't get him over. It's like, what? You've been pushing Cena for 10 years, and
Yeah.
the dude's only been over for about a year and a half.
Yeah, Vince is a hypocrite. He said he listens to the fans.
He doesn't.
Oh my gosh.
He doesn't have
What?
an idea.
What?
He's not out of touch, apparently.
Yeah.
He's got
He's
like a
not gonna die.
60s style jukebox. He
He's
said
not.
he won't die.
He said he's not going to die.
The XFL
What?
wasn't,
What'd he say?
wasn't a failure. It was just a miscalculation.
What did he say? He said, oh, man, what the freak did he say? Oh, no, keep going. Keep going.
Big shout out to, in case he's watching, I don't know if he's watching, some dude in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I saw him out there, and I saw his Sami Zayn shirt, and I was like, hey, man, watch the video.
What's up, no name?
What, no name guy, whatever, if you're watching, thanks. Be sure to like, subscribe, check out the other videos. We've done a bunch, and we're going to have a lot more coming. So,
Yeah.
shout out to you, no name guy.
I want to get Brady on if his
Yeah,
high tempo self.
We got to get him on here.
I
The
do.
New Zealand accent. Bring some
We should just live stream from Denny's and take y'all to.
bring some sexiness to the channel with the New Zealand
He's a
accent.
beast, dude. I love that accent. That accent's
It's
crazy.
amazing.
He starts off his videos with like rapid fire something. I don't know what he's saying, but I like it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's great.
Yeah, he's throwing out signals with his hands. I'm like,
Yeah,
all right.
doing
I
the
like it.
Hollywood Blondes.
I like it, man.
I like that. You're going really retro with the Hollywood Blondes thing. That's great. Love it.
yeah.
I love it. Love it.
He was hitting that. Man.
I gotta check that out. What's the page?
Breather 35, man.
Yeah,
Great guy.
Breather 35.
I'll link you to it.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
We should probably post a link in the description box
We
below.
we will.
Hey.
Hey, there we
Turn
go.
up.
Breather,
Look at that.
you got like a mandatory, you know, debut today, and from now on, we're gonna shout you out every time. All right. That's how we.
Let's get into it.
Main card here. We start off with Tommy, the artist formerly known as Kenta, against Tyler Breeze. Prince Pretty.
That dude is so gay.
Man.
You remember the first time we saw him at the live
Yeah,
event?
yeah,
We were like, who is this guy?
He's so fucking gay.
His gimmick is the guy that takes selfies? Like,
Wow. The man is man. I mean, he's okay in the ring. I mean,
I love watching him in the ring, but man, that entrance.
I just can't get over it. Yeah, just can't get over it.
The beauty shot.
Let's not do that, guys. Yeah, that's just that.
Yeah.
Beauty shot. Yeah.
What made me mad at the beginning of this pay-per-view, the first 3 matches, was all the botches.
Yeah.
So many
This one
botches.
survived. They did pretty well, but the next 2 were botch
Yeah.
fests.
Yeah, it was a couple of botches in the Kenta match, too.
Was it?
Yeah,
Kenta's usually pretty clean. Was it Kenta?
yeah, it was Kenta. It was,
I'm not gonna lie.
He
this
threw
this
about
match.
90% of kicks.
oh, I love the stiffness of Kenta's kicks,
Oh,
punches,
God, dude, it's so
all the moves. Like, his moveset is awesome. That is, yeah.
I like the karate character he plays too. Because he really is.
He's
A background in lots of martial arts.
Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, probably. Kickboxing.
Legit beast.
Gotta be. Japan.
It's hard, man.
He fucked up
Tyler was taking him.
He was taking him. He was taking him like, man, you got a little bit of
Yeah, he just wasn't doing the big show.
Yeah.
Everything that comes.
Yeah, for a gay guy like Tyler Breeze, you got a little bit of my respect tonight.
He was a beast in the ring tonight.
So, I mean, what did you guys take away from the match itself? I mean,
Just consistent.
It was really just
work.
it was a garbage match, no storyline really.
But it kind of like put Kenta over.
Yeah, it just puts Kenta over.
Yes.
I don't really see how this would be a long rivalry or anything. I think it would be like this Bull Dempsey, Baron Corbin type of thing where Bulls puts Baron over.
Gold star for segues. Bull Dempsey, Baron Corbin. Way to go. Gold star. Gold star. And I guess that's the next match, right? I missed the night. I'll be honest, guys. I missed the first 3 minutes. You know, I had some stuff going on.
That was the next match.
My bad.
Breeze is actually, he might feud with some dude that keeps appearing on NXT, like, out of nowhere. He just, like, they're like, oh, did you see that guy? I don't know. If you guys watch NXT, you know what I'm talking about. They keep talking about this guy in the shadows.
I've been watching it. I haven't seen.
Yeah, like they came back from commercial break, and after he won the other week, there was a dude just standing in like the rafters.
Huh. Gotta check that out. Rewind.
That should be interesting.
And then you couldn't even see anything like last week, I think, and or maybe 2 weeks ago. And they were like, "Did you see that?" Oh, I don't know. Maybe
remember TNA Suicide?
Yeah.
Is it kind of like that?
Well, that was more subliminal with promos, and here it's been like just the weird guy appearing and disappearing. So I don't know what if they're even gonna do anything with that. We'll see.
They did cut a promo at the end of the match where they were saying next week he appears.
Yeah, that might be the guy.
Hopefully.
Solomon Crow.
Is that his name?
Is
that the guy?
Returning, and I don't know if that's him or not. It might be. He's coming back from injury.
Yeah, overall the match, I mean, it just puts Kenta over.
Yeah,
that's all it does.
No, it's one of those things where, like I stated earlier, like they just kind of like help establish something in your mind. Like you see Kenta put this guy in his place, and this guy was just in a fatal 4-way for the world title. You know what I mean? So like,
it's interesting because that day that we found out that Stain was signing, Devitt was signing, and Kenta was signing, everybody was really excited.
yeah,
And we're finding out that we had every right to be because all 3 guys have been pushed massively on their arrival.
and had big roles in tonight.
Big roles.
And I will get into my plans later. When we go to close this thing up, I'm gonna do my plans.
Yeah. So Dempsey and Corbin, it was basically a Dempsey got most of the offense, but there was nothing that made you feel like he was going to go over. His weight was a problem for Corbin.
Dempsey should not be in the WWE. He doesn't have the look. He doesn't have the character.
I don't even like his talk.
He can't wrestle.
Best
so many botches. Like the dude.
Yeah, I mean,
what are they trying to make him into? Rhino?
Rhino was fit.
Rhino was good.
Big.
Yeah, Rhino was actually good. That's the thing. Dempsey, I just don't see it out of Dempsey.
Yeah.
Corbin couldn't really work with him. I still have yet seen Corbin actually wrestle.
That started scaring me. Like they're not letting him do anything. So behind the scenes,
honestly,
the guys must be like, we got to keep this guy from wrestling too long.
Give it me Tommy.
I can see it.
Tommy,
ready
because
for
no,
Yeah,
it's
who
not
would
if
get next, though?
it's not if he's ready. I think you give him to Itami because Itami's the guy that worked
Yeah, he
for
worked
New
with
Japan. He
anybody.
worked with Pro Wrestling Nova.
Yeah.
And was really familiar with those guys, but he'd also go to Ring of Honor and work with guys that he'd never worked with before, and still put on great matches.
He
So
can
he's a
carry
guy
him.
that
He
can
can carry him.
feed
I
off
have no
what
doubt
the
he
other
can
guys
carry him.
doing. So that kind of gives Corbin that motivation and that.
I think actually Corbin is ready for the next level guy. I mean, who else would he face after Dempsey? Really,
you could say Breeze just to kind of just to establish that more dominance, I guess.
I don't think he needs to establish any more dominance.
The dominance is there. He just needs. He just might need like another couple months to tune up before he's ready for.
I love his character.
Matches.
He has a great character. I love the way he pushes Bull Dempsey around, muffs him in a promo, kicks him after the match. Like, get the fuck out of my way.
You think he should come out on a motorcycle on the main roster?
No.
Because
I hated when they did that to Undertaker. I really did.
I mean, that was Undertaker too, though.
That was Undertaker, but I get the same kind of feel from Corbin. The way that, like,
his presence.
His presence, yeah. I don't think a motorcycle really. I think that hurts his presence, in my opinion.
Interesting.
I'm not intimidated by a motorcycle.
Honestly, I see what you're saying, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. I wouldn't be opposed to it because
his music starts with a motorcycle, so
and you can kind of see like him being like this badass biker, like
you can turn him. You can make him like a badass biker, or you can make him like a badass.
Just badass.
Well, right now he's a wolf.
Yeah, just badass.
Yeah, he's the lone wolf character.
Yeah, I like the lone wolf.
Yeah,
the lone Harley.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know what I just kind of thought of too? Like, if you was to come onto the main roster, and they don't really do this with a lot of guys. I think the Shield was like the last pick. Like, when they debut, just like, don't have it. Just let them walk out. You know what I mean?
Debut with no music?
Yeah, you just debut, just walk out of the crowd.
I love the 4 dots, though, of light. So if they did that, they know what they should do? They should just simplify his music, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like they did with The Undertaker and Kane when they first arrived. They just went with the organ, and it was just very simple. Now you got the you got all this, but back then it was like it was just keys, simple keys. And I think that could work with not organ because it's just a different time.
That's what I'm getting at. Like with the bike thing, he would be a scary, like a scary character for Corbin. You know what you mean?
Yeah, I mean, he just walks out there, takes his time.
I want to see that from Finn Balor, honestly. Like, I saw his entrance again tonight, and first time I saw it, I was really good. Yeah, that's cool. But his entrance in New Japan was like, well, like, this guy's the next Undertaker. Because it was just like him, just like the zombie. It's like walking like a zombie. You know what I mean? And just like, no, like, jumping up and, like, the lights hit, every few seconds. Mm-hmm. Just keep it simple.
Normally,
really gets over.
I would normally say, like, he took way too long, put way too much effort into that intro.
Yeah.
But, like, for a guy like him, I can see it because he can wrestle. He can actually wrestle his ass off and back up the intro.
Yeah.
When other guys, when they put so much effort into their looks, they don't even know how to.
Chris Masters.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. So, as long as he can wrestle, I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, no doubt, Chris Masters, decent wrestler. No one's really shown.
The master level.
But
he didn't have a power skill set, which is
funny. Yeah, it's really good. But Finn to me is like probably the most interesting out of the whole. Him and Owens, I think, are the most interesting out of the whole NXT locker room. Because I feel like those guys, their characters, their demeanor, just their overall attitude in the ring, on the way to the ring. It's just like it's impressive. It's good to see. And the only thing is when they go to the main roster, that's the only thing. You gotta hope that they stick with the character and the demeanor that they have there.
They got something good going.
Yeah.
Ballard,
NXT.
Neville,
Just
everybody.
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 Girls really good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Dude.
girls. That was a great match.
Like,
That fatal 4-way.
What was our next match?
The next match, it
Was
was
Neville
Neville.
Balor?
No,
No, it was Luke Dragons.
Luke Dragon, that's right.
What's their name?
Blake
Bray,
Murphy.
Blake Murphy.
Yeah. Blake Murphy retained, which that was one of the outcomes that surprised me.
A lot of botches. A lot of botches.
Well,
Watch Fest.
2 big botches and then a bunch of reversals that went
Could've
right, but like
Okay.
I don't know, they weren't super crisp.
Mhm.
It was like they did so many that it's hard to blame them. And you know, Sin Cara, Hunico is not Sin Cara. Like that's not the character he was supposed to play. He's not super agile. He's doing his best.
Yeah, he is doing his best.
And
He's doing it.
doing much better than Sin Cara ever did in WWE. He's staying healthy for one. But
So
it
big.
was just kind of rough because sometimes when he comes on those ropes, he's a big dude, you know. So he just slipped off, and he had to redo the spot.
No, that was Kalisto.
Yeah, that one was Kalisto. Sin Cara missed the head scissors.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I don't know if he
it got off to a
missed
bad
it or it got.
And honestly,
Well, he got hung up there, and then he got pushed off. And they turned it into a counter.
I didn't see the Kalisto botch, if you want to call it that. But honestly, you know, when you see guys jumping off ropes, there is such a, you don't really take that into account. But the ropes,
so
they
hard.
turn just a little bit. You know, it throws everything off.
Yeah, and the thing with him is he's always trying to do some crazy move, so you know he's thinking about it ahead of time, and
Yeah.
he just slipped. And then he came back a minute later and hit him like a 540 corkscrew off the ropes. So
That was really nice.
it was
Yeah.
sick.
That was really
So
nice.
way to get back on the horse and just because if he missed that again, his confidence is shattered. But he went out there and he hit it, and he, you know,
The match,
that's what Kalisto does.
the match overall was okay though. It wasn't bad.
It was exciting because
It was
it was so fast paced, and Blake and Murphy were able to keep up with the Dragons. So that was pretty cool. I was impressed with them.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I
Like
guess
Murphy.
that was my question for you guys.
they didn't have too
I
many
didn't like them
moves.
too much before, but it was really solid.
They started off with a bunch of basic moves. They didn't have too many that was eye popping, but they did.
They
good.
had tag moves.
Yeah, they had tag moves.
They
That's
launched.
interesting.
Was it Kalisto or Sin Cara? I can't even remember. It was probably Kalisto because he's
Yeah.
smaller, but it might have been Sin Cara. They both grabbed him and just threw him straight up in the air.
breaker,
Yeah, and into it really wasn't, but
like
you
the
know, he
RKO
threw his arm down there to make it look good.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was
But
pretty
they threw him way high in the air,
nice.
and it looks solid.
Yeah, I really did like that.
So they look like a tag team, which is cool.
Good to see that too. Like
Yeah.
that's such a.
I think they'll be a tag team for their whole careers, in my opinion. They look just alike.
Yeah,
They same character.
Well, yeah, you could say the same about.
They've
Christian.
probably been a tag team for a long time.
You can say the same thing about Edge and Christian.
they aren't the workers that I think Christian.
Well, I mean, you know, when you compare it, like they're both kind of like same moveset, kind of same kind of
Yeah.
look, same kind of attitude.
I mean, I have no clue how good these guys are in the ring. They looked good,
They look good.
but
I mean,
I don't know. They were with guys that can make people look good as well.
yeah,
You just gotta see a little bit more.
Because I wasn't impressed with them with the vaudevillains, and vaudevillains aren't, you know, they're strong guys. That's about it.
I
They don't
don't.
do much in the ring.
I don't even like them.
I don't mind them as heels. Like they play their role well, but in the ring, it's just I'm not interested.
right.
I'm not interested in the violence outside the ring.
No, and I don't mean that. I mean like just as a heel tag team, like it works because they do their thing and they put guys over and they slow down the match and they make you not like them. So in that sense, they do well.
I guess moving on now, we go to Finn Balor and Adrian Neville.
So, great
Match of the night.
Yeah, match of the night.
Easily.
Oh, gosh.
I figured it would be. I wasn't sure what they would do with Zayn and Steen or Owens, but I mean, these two guys are so perfectly made for each other in the ring.
What impressed me is that they made them go at least 20, 25 minutes.
About, like, I think it was 22-ish.
Yeah,
22-ish.
Because they had an hour and about 20 minutes for the last 3 matches.
Yeah, that was a long match. I really did like that.
And it was so entertaining. And you saw like a false finish. You saw it was just
so many false and not on finishers because you don't have to do false finishers or false finishes on finishers.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't need 3 AAs and 3 F5s. They just kept hitting. This is what happens when you have a big skill set and a big move set. You hit moves that look really cool, and it works as a finish the match type move. But you're not sure. It was a long match. They're tired, and they hit this big power move, and it was poetry. It was going really well.
So good, and to see these guys working as crisp as they were. Oh my gosh!
I can't wait to see them both on the main roster.
But we get to see these matches every week. This is why I like NXT, man.
Yeah,
you get like the top 6 guys on NXT are all extremely good workers. So you're guaranteed a quality match every single week.
Yeah,
you're not guaranteed that with Raw.
You really are.
NXT is following after the UFC. They said fuck the WWE. They're giving you everything that you want.
Triple H, he said in his Q&A thing, he said within a few years he wants to be his own brand as far as it's still under the WWE family, but he wants to be seen as not developmental, but as NXT, the big stage.
Oh, wow. That would be dope.
That would be.
And why he's thinking that is because he knows Vince isn't going to give up the reins on WWE, so he's saying, hey.
But you know what? I think if you make NXT like the big stage, I think it'll just.
Well, not like it's not going to be funded like Raw or anything, but he just wants to make it to where people go, do you watch Raw or NXT? It's like
NXT.
It's a choice. It's not just like that's where guys go to Raw.
Yeah. I'd love to see that.
Could create some cool dynamics within the company too.
And as far as guys in WWE
the challenge
to go there.
You could have a meaningful Survivor Series match for once in a while.
Yeah, NXT versus WWE. Oh my gosh, that's great.
That would be dope.
That's great. Think of the possibilities, guys.
Who would represent the
NXT?
Both. If you just pick like
4 guys, 4 traditional.
5 on 5.
5 on 5?
Yes.
I guess you just got to go with that top 5.
You can't go with Kevin Owens though, because he's not a tag team. Like he is a tag team guy, but right now,
it's not a tag team match though. It's a one-on-one.
True. Okay, so yeah, I guess put Kevin Owens in there. You
got a freaking Big Show in there almost every single year.
Yep, Big Show's going to turn on his team.
So Owens
every year.
Neville, Tommy. Yeah, so the top 5.
Yeah, just go with the top 5.
WWE would probably bring Cena and
Rusev, Reigns, Rollins.
And then Bryan would somehow sneak in.
Bryan would sneak in there.
They would have some guy that nobody wants, and Bryan would yes his way into the match.
I should be in the Survivor Series match. Yes.
It's not even like, why do you want to be in a match?
I know, right?
NXT would win that thing in a heartbeat.
No doubt.
Oh, and by the way, forgot to mention in a Lucha Dragons match, Kalisto with a sick DDT.
Oh, man.
A grounded DDT. It was really cool.
It wasn't even... It wasn't a DDT.
It was a DDT because he used his...
He used his legs.
He used his legs, did a little backflip thing, And
was that what it was?
He
The
didn't
baby
even-
Rana?
I don't know. You would
What
have
is
to
that?
see the move.
Like on the ground, grabs them with the feet, and then just like flips them over on their head.
Yeah.
Baby Rana.
That was a dope move. Whatever it's called, I don't know what he's
Samurai del
saying.
Sol, whatever.
And instead of like,
Samurai.
there was no release though. He just spiked him on his head completely.
Wow.
Yeah, that was nice. That was nasty. I don't know if that was a botch.
It was so quick too.
Yeah.
Like he had no time to protect himself. He just took it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
like a
working
man.
with those guys at PWG that give no fucks about their body.
I want to see more of Kalisto's, what's it called? Emergency brake move, whatever it's called. Where he's, running and he jumps over the dude and he stops on his hands and crawls back.
Yep.
I love it. He hasn't used it in a while.
And that's good stuff.
But I don't mind that because they're probably holding it for special times. But
That'd be
I guess they
dope.
didn't want to use it tonight. But back to Neville Ballard.
Oh my
Any
gosh. So good.
any other thoughts we haven't?
Just
gone over?
they had chemistry like no other in the
Mhm.
ring.
And to
They
add,
haven't been working with each other
Yeah.
that long. I mean, they've worked with each other before, but
Mhm.
not
recently,
extensively.
Like,
not a ton.
That corkscrew off the top rope.
Mhm.
Red Arrow.
No,
No.
Yeah.
the
Up the
corkscrew from the
second.
second.
And
Yeah.
then like
That was impressive.
He countered it with the knee.
No, that was off the Red Arrow.
Yeah,
Was
that
it?
was good.
Yeah,
That was extremely good.
That
he
was
put the knees
amazing.
up and then straight into his submission.
Just
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like I don't think it's better than Cesaro Zayn last year, but I think it's very close
It
second.
was pretty good,
It was very close second.
and they didn't get the main event time that Cesaro and Zayn had.
Yeah,
That was a long.
that was so long. 30 minutes, maybe more.
maybe 30, 31, 32, something like that. It was crazy.
So to see what these guys did with less time is just amazing. And
That was a great match. It was amazing.
another thing to take away from it, the handshake at the end, and then
Mhm.
Neville's face.
That was a theme of the night, wasn't it?
The
A lot
handshake.
of honor after the matches. Maybe some guys and girls going up to the main roster, and people know it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The fans, we saw some tears in the eyes of a couple of ladies that we'll talk about pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
It was, this is a thing with NXT is that everybody's always moving up and down. So when you get moments like that, they do tend to shake hands, hug,
Yeah.
whatever, because it might be their last match together in the in NXT.
And for the fans, it kind of invokes that emotion in you.
Mhm. They really
seeing,
care.
Seeing Owens and Zayn tonight was like mind blowing to me because I would have never imagined seeing either one of these guys, let alone both of them, in the WWE working a WWE show. And remembering,
Owens is killing that character.
and like remembering
He
the
just doesn't give any.
promo that Kevin cut a couple of years ago, like telling El Generico at the time, like, we're destined to do this forever. And then lo and behold, they really are.
Mhm.
Here they are in NXT doing
It's
it all
Batman
over.
and Joker,
It's-
right?
It's great. It is.
Can't
It
get
really
away.
is.
No matter how hard they try.
It's great. And, it really does invoke that emotion in you. Like, as a fan of these guys, and especially for the people who were independent fans before, it just makes it all the more worthwhile.
So then we got the Fatal 4-Way between, three of the top girls in the company, regardless of brand. And then, Becky Lynch, who's been there, but she hasn't really gotten her shine yet.
Hey,
And
Becky
she
Lynch.
came out tonight.
She
Impressive.
impressed the hell out of me.
Impressive.
The Irish know how to wrestle.
All the
Yeah.
suplexes,
Yeah,
I did not-
some innovative stuff
Yeah.
in there for divas.
the way that she threw, who was it that she threw?
Bailey.
Yeah, at the
Wait,
beginning of the
no,
match.
that was
Or was it Sasha?
Oh, right.
it
The
was Sasha.
first one was
Yeah.
Sasha, yeah.
She threw her across the ring like a rag doll.
Between, boom.
Yeah, on some Brock Lesnar Cena shit.
Yeah, dude, it was really impressive. She really did a great job.
Yeah.
Yes,
This was a fun match.
It was.
high
It
tempo.
really was.
It was fairly long.
Kind of reminded you not of like impact or anything, but style of the triple threat we just saw at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Everybody taking their shot, and then they get thrown out of the ring. try to, make the pin, interrupted, thrown out of the ring, double team moves,
Yep.
I think
That was a great match.
Yeah, of course. We saw that double stomp from Sasha. That was really good.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think tonight
she throws those shins hard, man.
Honestly, tonight was just I really felt like going into it. This is her night, but because I've been expecting Charlotte to be there. Like I don't really routinely watch NXT, but I was expecting after seeing the great matches that she's put on. I'm expecting her to leave soon, and it was just a great match. The finish was perfect.
Finish
was just
well done. That was
man.
Didn't make her tap.
I didn't think she was gonna get her there either. I didn't think it was gonna end at that point.
No.
I was rooting heavy for Sasha because she really deserves this title. But it was really cool.
Perfect finish. I was really impressed.
The biggest thing about it is that she did not tap, keep her strong.
Bailey actually had a good showing in this match.
Bailey did
that.
Once she gets in the ring, shuts up and wrestles.
The belly to belly off the top rope.
That's the type of thing, like when you have a finisher that's not necessarily a powerful finisher, sometimes you have to do that finisher in a crazy way to get the regular finisher over. So now when people see that, aggressiveness when she hits the belly to Bailey, whatever the hell it's called.
Bailey.
Belly to belly.
I don't even know.
They'll think, oh man, remember when she hit that off the top rope? Like, that probably hurts. So it'll help. It'll add mystique to her finisher.
Hey, fuck the Bellas, fuck Alicia Fox, fuck
all of them.
Fuck them all, man. Put these women
NXT for life.
Put these women in the main roster.
You don't come from NXT. We don't like you.
NXT.
That's what it's coming down to for real. Like look at all the top
guys. The Divas match in the WWE
game.
is a restroom break.
It is. It really is.
It really is.
Triple H in charge.
You actually have to watch the Divas matches in NXT.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And that's not all the the talented girls that are in NXT. The talented women down there. There's 3 or 4 more that can put on 3.5 star matches. So
you got a bunch of leaders down there. It seems like just
leaders in training. Give them their due. I mean, Triple H, he's been talking about. That's one of his main things. Is women's wrestling. It's not even women's wrestling anymore.
No,
it's simply
women's fashion.
Divas wrestling. There's no women anymore. They're a TV show brand.
Yeah.
They don't get to actually wrestle. They throw a clothesline and hit a finisher.
Like Paige hasn't even been that impressive to me.
I know. The only thing she's allowed to do that she really does well is her kicks.
And you would think that for these divas that it would be kind of like a slap in the face. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, I mean, it's one of those things, man. Like
some of them are getting paid nicely
like,
enough that they keep quiet.
They don't care.
It's all about the money.
They suck the life out of their wrestlers.
And once again, it's like a slap in the face to the ladies like Lita and Trish and all those great divas or women's wrestlers from the past.
China.
Will
she ever get in the Hall of Fame?
I don't know if she was ever.
We'll see. She was in the Royal Rumble.
She was intense. But it's just a slap in the face to them because those guys actually put on a great match. And
it's awesome.
And it's good to see that women's wrestling is back. Like,
well booked. Oh my gosh. NXT just keeps nailing this. Triple H at the helm. He knows what he's doing, Yeah. He's been sitting back and learning for the last 10 years from, the right people.
I've been saying
the good
this.
Stuff from
and the wrong people.
I've been saying this for a year or two.
Learning what's right, what's wrong.
I've been saying this for a year or two. Like Triple H knows what he's doing. And I wasn't even watching NXT. I was just talking about like what he's doing with the WWE. You can see it changing back to like its old days, just gradually, not so much anymore. But now I'm watching NXT, and it's like Triple H really has the reins, and I'm like, wow, Triple H really does.
Who cares?
Triple H really does know what he's doing. He's listening to the fans. He's in there. He's the opposite of Vince McMahon.
He could have half-assed NXT, but
he really could have.
He went all out to make this something special.
And
this is his show.
That tweet from McFoley that just cemented everything. So it definitely did not disappoint. And the main event, which is next. We'll get into that. Awesome segue. Gold star for me. No, oh, really? Yeah, hockey. But the main event that I think just was the perfect end to the show. Like I don't know about you guys.
Exclamation point.
Yeah, it was
Big exclamation point.
perfect end.
Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn.
Steam engineer. Power bomb, repeat. Power bomb, repeat. Power bomb, repeat.
It felt like,
dude,
we need Paul Heyman out there with Kevin just power bomb, repeat. Power bomb, repeat. Power bomb.
Yeah. You know what?
All
I think
6 or
Kevin
7
Owens
times
might
he's
just
good.
come in as a Paul Heyman guy.
He should.
that would be epic.
That would be epic. He seems like a Paul Heyman guy.
Shit, you could debut him at WrestleMania.
But you
He's
don't
right.
have, he
He's
doesn't
that
have
right.
to have Paul Heyman.
He
It's
does.
funny. It's funny because so many guys actually need it.
Yeah.
He does.
Kevin Owens can talk.
He's
on
so
the phone.
good on the mic. So
But that's the thing though with Paul, he's so good. Like he could take a great talker and elevate him. Like he's the only type of guy like they could play off each other. It's so like when CM Punk was with him, it was so fun to see CM banter with Heyman, and
I don't
they
know,
would
man.
add exclamations to each other.
That to me, I'm gonna have to disagree with you there.
I would
That's
love it.
me. I hate it. I hated it. I didn't.
You didn't like Sam Punk and
I liked Paul Heyman being in his corner, but I didn't like Paul Heyman talking while CM Punk was in the ring with the mic. That just pissed me off because CM Punk was just too good on the mic to have Paul Heyman on the mic. Like certain guys need that. You know what I mean? Certain guys like Seth Rollins don't need that. Seth Rollins is good enough to carry a heel character on his own.
I'm not
Randy
sure
Orton-
when Seth
He
Rollins
could have
on
used
the
it
mic.
at the beginning, though.
Randy Orton is a good enough heel to do it on his own. He doesn't need Triple H. He doesn't need any of those guys. He's a good enough heel on his own. And Kevin Owens is better to me as a heel. From what I've seen in Ring of Honor, he's better than both of them combined as a heel. So Kevin Owens to me, when he gets to the main roster,
I don't know if you
it'd be
can say
cool to
that.
see him come out and like
I don't
I'm
know.
a Paul Heyman guy.
Randy
shirt.
Orton is the super heel
But
from back in the day.
yeah, he's a legit heel. He did a lot of things.
That was a
were-
super heel. I don't know.
He did a lot of things that were to get cheap heat, and Kevin Owens, I don't think is
DDT and Stephanie. DDT and Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Oh my god!
It's one of those things. Like it was cool.
And then kissed her.
Yeah, he added a little spice to that. It
And then he
made it
kissed
cool.
Handcuff Triple H.
And
Yeah.
Triple H and let him see it.
That was amazing.
Just completely punt kicked all the whole family.
Yeah, Vince took the punt.
Got it pregnant.
But man, dude, just Kevin Steen coming out when he's not even supposed to be there in Ring of Honor, pissing off Jim Cornette, legit pissing off Jim Cornette and not being where he's supposed to be, just showing up. And you know,
Kevin Owens randomly
Dude.
showed up on Ring of Honor.
he was not.
What
He
was
wasn't
this?
supposed to be there. They kept telling him, you know, oh yeah, you'll come back in 6 months.
Oh.
And then he just comes in and just re-debuts because he's been gone for so long. At the time, the big guy in Ring of Honor was Davey Richards. At the end of each match, he'd pat the other guy on the back and like be the nice guy and be the good face.
Mhm.
And it was so boring and bland to see. And then along comes Kevin Steen, and he just comes out and crying like, I love you guys, you're so great. And it's great. He can work whoever he's working with. He can elevate them. Like it's amazing. His heel work. It doesn't matter how minimal it is or how big it is. It makes the other person look even more like a fan favorite. Or in Davey Richards' case, he becomes the Stone Cold, where he's a bad guy, or supposed to be a bad guy, but the fans lash onto him and love him, and then they hate the guy who was just kissing their ass.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's great. It's great.
See, and I think Paul Heyman, to me, and when I say be a Paul Heyman guy, I don't mean lifer. I mean, give him a short run at the beginning where Paul Heyman says, this guy's legit. This is the next big thing. I'm representing him because I chose, I don't choose anybody. I chose this guy. To me, that says instant top guy, sold to every fan, regardless of, if they believe kayfabe or whatever.
Paul Heyman with Kevin Owens. That would be dope.
I would love it.
Can't agree with you there. Because then Paul really
elevates
to
everybody.
To me, I think with everything that he did with Brock in the last year, he had to do because of what happened with Cesaro. I think he comes out and says, "This is a Paul Heyman guy."
Mm-hmm.
Cesaro we had been seeing and was like legit. And we're like, hell yeah, this is our guy now.
Mm-hmm.
And then
they
just start booking him terribly, and it's like, well,
because that King of Swing.
Well, he wasn't even talking about Cesaro at any point, though. He was talking about Brock the entire time.
Yeah,
Paul
really
Heyman.
was.
Yeah, well, he was coming out and they got the King of Swing thing going
for like 2 seconds,
and
Cesaro would stand there and he would talk about, "I'm the advocate of the guy."
I think the only person
is.
I think the only person that wouldn't really be elevated by Paul Heyman is Bray Wyatt. I think Bray Wyatt.
The thing is, Paul Heyman needs one guy at a time. 2 guys just doesn't make sense.
I just don't. I can't
unless
see
they
it.
pit against each other.
I really can't see it. Like, I can't see him being, with somebody else and then elevating because he's so good with Brock, and you don't want to see him go to somebody else and then them fail. Or them not.
But you know what? How long is Brock actually going to be?
Because I honestly, I don't think Paul Heyman, to us, he has a lot of pull in the company. He's Brock Lesnar's advocate.
Well,
but I don't think he really has that kind of pull
in the company.
Because he really had to scratch and claw to get CM Punk anyway.
Well, if he requested Kevin Steen, I think they would be fine with it.
Triple H.
I don't think that takes pull. No, I think Vince would be fine. Because Vince isn't sold on Steen anyway. He'd be like, all right, let's give him to Paul, legitimize him for a little bit, and then let him go.
I'd rather see Steen by himself.
I could see 3-4 months of Paul getting the guy over, and then him saying, it's time for me to go on my own, big guy. Thanks for the introduction.
Ain't that what happened with
what would be cool?
Cesaro?
I guess what would
Not
be cool
really.
with
They're just like, we agreed to break the fight.
What would be cool? I guess if you did do the Paul Heyman thing, wouldn't even be them talking. Just backstage segment where Kevin Steen just hugs him, pats him on the back, and then walks away.
The mentor role?
Not even a mentor role. Just one time on Raw.
No.
Shakes his hand in the backstage area, passes him on the back.
Kind of like what they did with Seth.
And then just like walk away. You know what I mean? Well, then in that sense, it's like a heel thing. Like he's like, haha, you're going to get your ass kicked. Yeah. But in this sense, it's just like it's random. You know what I mean? You don't expect it.
I kind of like.
Maybe we haven't seen.
Kind of like what they did with Seth.
They
made a deal.
I
Seth
think he might be
Rollins,
the next.
Paul Heyman.
Well,
for real.
I don't. Not in that sense, because.
But I mean, I'm saying like, he shook his hand. He showed him all types of respect, but that was.
But they don't have to say anything.
Yeah,
like they just.
And that was just
a legitimate thing. They just shake each other's hand, and like to you, they're like, "Oh wow."
Mm-hmm.
This guy's legit.
And then it kind of started a rivalry with Brock between him and Seth.
Because I'm gonna have to take back my words now because I just thought about it. The WWE fans have no idea who the hell Kevin Steen is.
So
the WWE fans are just like, who the hell is this guy? You know what I mean?
Right.
To me,
they're only gonna know him as Kevin Owens, unless you're a diehard wrestling fan and you know him as Kevin Steen.
In reference to Paul Heyman, I'm really starting to gain confidence in my own head that during Raw, the Monday after WrestleMania, Paul Heyman's walking out with Seth Rollins. Like it's starting to imprint in my mind that he's not. I don't think he'll make a turn on Brock because I don't think personally he would want to do that because I think he likes being Brock's guy even when he's not in the ring. He just likes doing interviews about Brock and talking about Brock and representing Brock. But I think that'll just come down to respect. Like Brock, he saw how good Seth is in the ring, and he would be like, he told Seth, you were good, but you got your ass kicked because I'm better. I think it would just come down to, Brock Lesnar is Brock Lesnar. This guy is the future of the company.
I'm
You always have to
100%.
have a plan B, you know?
I'm 100% sure Seth Rollins is leaving WrestleMania with the title.
I'm 99.753%
Yeah.
sure that Seth is leaving with the title.
I mean, it's gonna
Although
just
this
think about
latest
that
thing
moment.
could
No,
affect it.
yeah.
No, I don't think so.
It could. It could.
It could.
Well,
I don't think
McMahon's
so.
booking, so
It's just one of those things,
That's
man.
not
Just
gonna
think of
change.
that moment.
No, that's dope.
Think of that moment. That's something we've never seen before. Someone cashing in at WrestleMania.
during the WrestleMania moment.
That's hello. That should have happened a while back when they stopped doing Money in the Bank at WrestleMania. That should have been the first thing they did, dude. Think how epic that moment is.
What?
Like now, this guy can actually cash in at WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
And you had the
Something
perfect
Kane
guy to
did
do it
at
with.
Money in the Bank.
You had the perfect guy to do it with a couple of years ago with Dolph Ziggler, the guy that steals the show.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
That would have been epic.
Yeah, I mean,
That would've been
think of how
epic.
much bigger of a pop he would have got.
Triple H would have did it.
Yeah, Triple H would have been all for it, probably.
Gosh, if Brock is leading the company, go MMA. I think that'd be a perfect opportunity. If you give Reigns the win, but it took everything possible. And if we have the triple threat, then that makes it so much easier to pin Brock Lesnar or pin Daniel Bryan or something. If Reigns gets the win and then Rollins cashes in, it doesn't become a Heyman Rollins Brock thing. It just becomes a Heyman Rollins thing to me.
I don't think Roman should win, though, regardless. If he's going to lose...
Well,
if he's
I'm
gonna
saying
lose,
if this scenario plays out correctly, then it would take a Daniel or Roman win, and Brock couldn't be pinned by Rollins because that would throw a weird wrench into things.
I like Bryan to be in a separate match, to be honest. I don't know why.
I'm still indifferent. I'm not sure.
I think if you're
If
going
you're-
with Reigns winning the match, you have to do triple threat. To me.
I think
Because I don't think, he's big, he's strong, he's legit, but I don't think he's legit enough to beat Brock Lesnar.
What is-
there's no-
Okay, so what's going to happen with Randy at WrestleMania? What's his plan?
Still Seth Rollins is the plan.
Seth Rollins? That was the whole plan
Mm-hmm.
the whole time?
Yeah.
Because you saw how they dissed him a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, that is basically an obvious hint that Seth is gearing up for him. It's interesting that they would mention him by name before he returns. I guess everybody knows he's coming back, so it's
I honestly
really
thought he
cares.
was going to show up
I
at the
did
end
too,
of the...
to cost Seth the match.
Yeah.
Me too. And then Roman came down the ramp, and the camera wasn't on him, and I'm like, oh, it's Randy. It's
Yeah.
that was there.
We got a question here from Breather35 via Twitter.
Who's that?
Breather35.
Breather?
This
I
our
don't
guy.
know who that is.
He asked us about our this NXT review. How would you rank each match from 6th to 1st?
That's a good question.
And he said he'd also enjoy a heel Owens powerbomb repeat John Cena someday. That's yes. Gold star.
All right. Should we take turn?
From 6th to 1st.
I think honestly we
Okay,
basically
Corbin and Bull Dempsey.
And the
Because there was
best
just
is
there was
obviously-
nothing there.
the best is unanimous decision. for
Yes.
Balor.
So 1 and 6.
Okay,
Balor,
wow.
Neville is 1. 2,
Five.
3, 4, 5. It may differ. I don't know.
5 is a legit main event.
5
5 and 4.
5 and 4?
I'd say 5 is actually the Diva match.
I have
No.
that too.
No.
You had the Divas match too.
I did.
Wow.
Yeah, I had Davis mentioned too.
I
Myself.
was
I feel
really
that was-
impressed.
I really enjoyed it thoroughly.
I really did. Yeah, and I enjoyed that a lot. At 5, I would have, I guess, the Lucha Dragons.
Really?
Yeah.
But you know what?
Love
Tyler
that about
Breeze, Kenta, Hideo Tabi, whatever you prefer, was not that good in my opinion.
I had that.
I
in
love
two.
the kicks, though.
Just based on what you guys have said, I have it on
Are
two.
you counting down or counting up?
Counting down from bottom to top. So it would be
Number 1.
5.
1 would be the best match.
1 would be best match, and that's
Mhm. Yeah.
obviously Balor
Okay.
and Neville.
Okay, so yeah,
I would say 2 would be the Divas match, just based on how intense it was, how
yeah.
amazing. it
3
was.
is obviously has to be the main event.
Yeah.
4. It's between Tommy and Lucha.
I give the Tommy the edge, in my opinion.
I think
Because
so.
I liked it was short, but I liked what it gave me.
Yeah, and I think it was deserving for Tommy because I think he's kind of taking a back seat.
I mean, he came out there just kicking.
So yeah,
Kick.
Tommy has taken a back seat, but he'll get his day.
Yeah, but he also had a rough start too.
Mhm.
Like his first 3 weeks, he was really struggling in the ring to adapt to the style.
Right.
And he's looked really good lately. So he's obviously been working with some guys and shoring up the edges.
Getting into the swing of things.
no Hawkins later.
That was a reach.
Number 5.
And then 5 would be the Dragons. And
Yeah. Maybe the Dragons.
But that wasn't, and that says something because it wasn't a bad match. But like the card itself was really good. The Dempsey and Corbin just seemed like it was like, let's throw another match in there. Still, these 2 guys are no DQ and not use any
But
weapons.
to be honest, that's the same way I feel about Breeze and the Tommy.
Yeah, but with those 2, you got good workers, so it's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Kevin Steen is the NXT champion.
That's just so
That's huge.
Alright.
so big, man.
Is it so? Do you think this is going to be a long-term thing, or is he already starting to punch his ticket to the main roster?
It'll be a long-term deal.
You brought up the point.
Yeah, this is my plan.
You don't want to handle to Vince.
No, I don't want to hand him to Vince yet. No.
Pizza delivery.
I think this is my plan. When I saw Kevin Steen win the world title, I instantly thought of like this elaborate thing because of how he beat Sami Zayn. Just let Sami Zayn right off to the sunset for a while. Let him be gone for like 7 months. During this time, Steen's the champion. Owens, whatever, is the champ. Goes into a awesome rivalry with Finn Balor, and then gets into some stuff with Tommy, and then that kind of triggers a Tommy Balor rivalry while Sami Zayn comes right back in. Or you can throw, if you want to extend it, you can throw Neville in there
Right.
while Balor and Kenta are going at it, and then there you go. Like it's just an awesome build-up for eventually Sami Zayn coming back and winning the title back. That would be my thing.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool.
Because I mean, with the rivalries, you can stem those into branching their own rivalry.
That would be cool. I just highly doubt that's going to happen. I think Sami Zayn is going to be back on NXT next week.
NXT has been very consistent with long title reigns, so they prefer to do that.
I want to see a trade-off, to be honest. Like I just want to see them just go at it, a long rivalry, just trade the title off every rival.
And Owens, or just
I'm talking about between Zayn and Owens. I think
okay.
I want to see Balor face Owens once for the title, get beat up, and I want to see Zayn Owens trade off.
The thing that's the most interesting to me about Owens Balor, I mean, it's almost like one guy loses and they take a huge hit.
Yeah.
No pun intended. But they take a huge hit because it's like all that momentum just gets crushed.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to see that. So they're going to have a hard time, I think, booking that one.
That's what we can do. That's what you can do. Sami Zayn can go off to the sunset for about a month or 2. And as he's gone, have that little rivalry between Balor and Owens.
Mm-hmm.
Couple matches, one or 2, maybe 3, in that 2-month span. And then Zayn comes back and takes that title.
Let's say,
and that's how they start to switch off.
This is how you can do it. Because I like the idea of having Zayn just like gone for a while because the fans want to see him. You know what I mean? It's like that Bryan thing. And that adds more to the heeldom of Owens because you can have him come out every week and just cut promos about how he destroyed Sami Zayn
Yeah.
And how he's not coming back.
I see where you're coming from.
And then, you have the awesome rivalry with Balor. They have like 2 or 3 matches. And then at the end of the last one, he just goes to powerbomb him just like he did to Zayn. And then you have the Tommy run in and save him, which sets up a new feud.
Oh, yeah.
Or, I mean, you can do it with anybody. I mean, Neville.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So then,
What I want to see
but then
is Owens
because, I mean,
run through the roster.
Really?
Okay, everybody's getting chances. Nobody can beat this dude. He goes up to Raw, and he retires, from NXT, goes to Raw, vacates the belt because nobody could beat the dude.
The only thing
That's
that I got against what your plan is that if you bring in a Tommy or anybody else, after a while, you start to forget about Sami in the first place.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's what's gonna set it apart. Because when he beats a Tommy, then when that feud ends, and then there's nobody else, and he comes out and says there's nobody else that's beat him, and then you hear Sami's music hit again. You haven't seen this guy for a while, and you forgot about him. Wow, he's back. He takes the title off of him. They have a great moment in the ring. They say, screw all that heel heat that Owens just got because I'm going to the main roster.
Also, at some point, Sami got to go to the main roster too.
After seeing that win, I say within a year, main roster. Because there's nothing that's going to keep him from attaining that success because he realizes he's got to do whatever he can. So, except for Vince,
Vince will stop.
Vince, I hope he package pile drives Vince.
I just want to see Kevin just rip through everybody. Take a couple losses, non-title to top guys, but when it comes to that championship belt, he's not going. He's not going to drop that thing.
That's a good thing to bring up, too. Like non-title losses, and then when the title, I like that.
It helps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just don't do it too much. Like sometimes the WWE forgets that guys are champions. They're just losing to random guys.
It adds to the title.
It makes no sense.
It adds to the title. What the hell was that?
Trivia Crack. You guys ever played?
That's the music.
Wow.
Shouts out to Trivia Crack. I lost because I'm dumb.
I beat Mike 16-0.
Shout out
Or
to
6-0.
Red Bull. Shout out to Red Bull.
I got 16 questions right. And only 2 wrong.
Shouts out to Mike for being a dumbass.
Why is he not here?
Swaggy D.
Swaggy D, where you at?
Swaggy D, where you at?
Man. I'm not gonna lie, that's the reason why I missed Silva Diaz. I had a massive headache. And I was like, man, I'm not going anywhere. This Pelo's my best friend.
Still owe me that beat-ups.
Who?
Calm down.
You know who.
Oh. I feel a beat-ups trip coming up soon.
Oh, yeah, we got to make that.
When is McGregor going to go at it with Aldo?
Oh, man, I cannot wait for that fight, but it won't happen until at least the summer. At least the summer.
I can't wait for that.
Oh, man. Aldo's going to beat his ass, though, in my opinion. Aldo just ain't going.
Yeah, he's intense.
All right. So, any other main topics we need to cover?
It doesn't go on the news and rumors video?
What would you rate it? What would you rate the show?
The NXT?
Out of 5.
What would I rate the show out of 5? That's a good question.
3.5. And that's I'm kind of harsh as a judge, so 3.5 is solid.
I'm gonna say 4 from what I saw. I didn't see the opening.
From what you saw, I would say 4.5 from what you saw.
From what I saw,
4.5.
I agree.
But just because those first 3 matches, so many botches, I didn't really like the storyline for none of the first 3 matches. I give it a 3-star thing.
We got a question from Mark. I'll just chime in. He said, did you guys hear about the Seth Rollins thing? Will this ruin any future plans of him cashing in? We mentioned it a little bit earlier, and I'm not sure yet. That's the thing. It's like I was really worried because this is something that Vince will freak out about. And rightfully so to a degree, but I hope he doesn't hold him back because of this. Like they're talking about he wants to give him a fine, which I'd be okay with as long as it's not excessive. Triple H is fighting for him, and he doesn't want a fine. He doesn't want any punishment.
Why don't you punish
So,
the people
I'm
who are
not
in
sure.
control of your pages? Why don't you like not punish anybody because it's a hack?
Yeah, it was a hack.
It's not even a big deal, man. It's
It's
like
not his fault at all. His
And
girlfriend
obviously,
got mad.
dude. Obviously, the pictures that were sent
Fiancé,
to
too.
his the pictures that were sent to his fiance, the pictures of himself. Obviously, those are sent to his fiance because he's
That's
on
his-
the road
that's
for
crazy.
days.
Fiancé
And he doesn't get to
did that.
see him. Like, well, I mean, you got to look at the hack
He must
part
have
of it.
cheated.
The hack part
Well,
of it.
that's what the
And
whole thing was
I've-
about. He had pictures
Here we go.
of a diva.
And this is
Yeah.
something that I don't want to spoil because I've got some interesting news on Seth Rollins regarding this whole situation.
Some bad news.
Regarding this whole situation that's really going to shake you guys up. And it shook me up when I read it because I'm a Seth Rollins guy.
Hold on.
But it's going to be on the news and rumors video here in a couple days. It shook me up.
Check it up.
It shook me up. James Bond style. It shook me
I
up.
kind of want to hear this.
Yeah, it's kind of rough. It kind of makes you kind of look at things a little differently. I don't know if it's 100% true, but it kind of shed some light on it. And if it's true, I really hope it's, hope things get better for him. But that's all I'm going to say. Watch the news and rumors video that's going to be on Friday.
I don't know what he's talking
And I just, bring this up. I'm plugging it.
about. Oh, I know.
I don't
Friday.
know what he's talking about.
Friday night, we're going to do a news and rumors video. That's going to be a new thing. We pointed out last Monday on the Raw review. It's going to be an every Monday thing. NXT is going to be an every Wednesday thing, and then news and rumors will be an every Friday thing or Saturday. So
Whenever I can upload it. How about that?
there we go. There we go.
But yeah, probably Friday.
And then if we feel like random videos are a necessity, then
If it needs to happen,
if it needs to
if
happen,
it
it
needs
happens.
to bees, it bees.
If you guys want to see us, hey, all right, we'll do it.
If anybody if you want to just hit us up and, sometimes we get together and watch Raw. We can Google Hangout during Raw and just,
We'll talk about the show live.
yeah.
Right?
Obviously, we don't have to be on air. We can just talk to guys.
Yeah.
And we can't do like a live stream on Raw with the sound up or anything because of copyright stuff. But I would like to do some kind of reaction thing for like WrestleMania. Maybe we can edit around the noise.
Yeah.
Because like last year was prime.
Last year, dude,
For
that
that.
should have been recorded.
But we'll see what happens.
Last year should have been recorded. That was so good. Dude.
Man, I
You
wish I would've
jumping
saved
over
my
this
jump.
guy. You jumping over this guy.
I don't even
Was the
remember
best.
last year.
I jumped over you.
And me.
What are you
I was
talking
Because
about?
we were
You
both
the first
sitting
one,
there.
and I was the second one.
Was I
And I
there?
jumped
Yes, you
over
were.
you and the table, and then I went like that to Mike. And I was like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
That was
I was
great.
so happy because I didn't think it would happen
What?
when Undertaker lost to
Jumped
Brock.
over me.
I was like, yes,
No, I was pretty
Oh,
pissed
man.
off.
Jumped
Fuck that
over
match.
me.
I was so
Nope.
happy,
6'3".
so happy.
Jumped over me. This guy's
I,
got
but
ups.
I saw it coming because I was like, when you hit a third finisher, like that's it against the Undertaker. Nobody
Yeah,
ever hits the
Muhammad.
third finisher.
Mhm.
And so he put him up, and Undertaker wasn't moving, and Brock just spins him,
Yeah,
and
man.
then he just
walked.
lying. And he didn't even flinch. He didn't even try to move his shoulder.
Yeah, that was a dead man for real.
Woo!
That night, he looked dead.
He was
that
out.
night.
Hey, it was like that. Like and subscribe and comment. Hit us up on Twitter, whatever. You want to plug your Twitter?
Twitter.
I don't have a Twitter.
You do have a Twitter.
I have a Twitter, but I haven't been on it in like a year.
You should get back on it because
It's
you'll
good
get
stuff.
addicted again.
It's good stuff.
Fuck Twitter. Shuddy Ray Ray come twice a month like payday.
Mm.
Hey,
It's you, man. Like, I'm trying to
They say they.
hey, baby.
Oh no, not that.
Don't
Don't bring
my
that
beads
back.
in my hair. Hey, baby.
Don't bring that back.
Hurricane Chris.
Hurricanchris. That's your
So,
wrestling name. Hurricanchris.
We'll talk to you guys soon. We'll see you soon. Hopefully you join us.
for Raw. Check out the news and rumors. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for being with us.
Peace.